I'm Damon Zell, and this is your Eve Echoes Weekly Community News, where we take a deep dive into all that happens the week. But first, like always, if you can tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then of course you can stay up to date with everything that we have to offer. We're going to start this week off with a continuing story from the last episode, and that was the whole J-Factor debacle, where he left the game, and, you know, he was chased about a year because of comments that he made, and people feel that he was chased out of the game completely because of his statement about wanting to kill a silent member in real life. However, a comment from last videos, seemingly coming from the real Beck, stated that if SilverBucket was dead, that would be better, but him leaving the game will do for now. Now, this brought up a whole bunch of stuff, but it has been determined, this actual comment was actually deleted sometime after it was posted, and it was determined that it is not Beck's account. It's not actually Beck. It's someone posing to be Beck. However, that did not stop the hype train on Reddit, basically calling out Silent for being hypocrites for this kind of behavior. Even dredging up a post from way back when Ed, Evil Darkness, was still playing the game, basically stating the same thing. But in all actuality, this is not the real Beck, and actually, I've talked to leadership of Silent Alliance and Silent Federation, saying that they have not actually spoken to Beck in the last 3 to 4 weeks, and they are getting worried because they have tried his cell phone, other means of communication, and they have heard nothing. If anyone is a real-life friend of Beck from Silent Federation, please reach out to just let everyone know that he's doing okay and that they would love to hear from him. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking on this subject, but if you are interested in seeing the multiple threads about this topic, just pop over to Reddit and go back about 7 days, and you'll see just a ton of exchanges back and forth from a user called Reddit Plebe, and of course Bradrick going back at them, and a bunch of others. There's a lot to read. Let's move on to kill marks. Now, on your ship, you have kill marks. How many kill marks do you have? And how many of you out there have caps that have kill marks? Well, there is one pilot out there that had just reached their 100th kill mark on a carrier. That's right, this actual Honk member, Solar Ghost, who is regularly seen in Delve in his Nidhogger, usually through gate camps, has actually hit 100 kills in that carrier. So here is just a parade of some of the kills that he has gotten. Obviously, the top dog here on this list, the gem and the crown, would be this 20.3 billion Nestor kill. But seeing that we don't see a lot of kill marks on carriers, or caps for that reason, at least paraded around, I thought this was something that would be, you know, celebrated. Something that would be of interest to those who are kill mark collectors. So congratulations to Honk. I do believe you are the first corporation to have 100 kill marks on a capital ship. Don't quote me on that. I may be wrong, but to my knowledge, you are the first. Let's now move over to Wicked Creek, to the land of unicorns, where OG has had an astounding week this week. They had highs, and unfortunately they did have some lows. The high comes in the form of a massive kill, a 89.7 billion Charon freighter kill from their former adversary ZRQ. Now, this freighter was stuffed to the gills with all sorts of goodies. Now, be prepared. It may hurt actually watching the footage playing right now of everything that did get killed in this. Apparently, this was this pilot's entire life. Things of note that were in this: Cinnable, Vindicator, a Macarial, multiple cores for ships, such as the Vindicator Steel Wheel Core. But the most astounding one would be, and no, I'm not talking about the Nestor that was also in this as well. I'm talking about the Nightmare Burning Night core. Now, if you're not familiar with it, that's okay. There was only a handful of them given out, and we credit Sandman for doing the research on this, the leader of OG, but it basically was a prize during the Inscription of the Galaxy Burning Night event. Now, this event lasted from March 23rd to the 29th. To May 29th. And I believe it was with a prize for the first place corporation to receive 10 custom purple nanocores for winning. So, yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot. To me, right here, this is a career-ending kill. If that was me, you probably wouldn't see me again. At least not for a couple months. It's going to take this whale a while to recover from this loss. But congratulations go out to Zovio, who spotted this, and in his own words said he was tracking the movement, that he stepped, the moment that Freighter stepped into their space. He is actually from the corporation MI within OG. Now, he says that knowing the fact that they have been a member from the past war, and that they've been harassing their fellow corp mates and as well as everyone in OG, he made it his dynasty to jump on top of him and lock him down. Now, he spotted him and locked him down with the Interceptor 2, and then he got his ult with a Macarial over to there to start applying damage. And he actually got not only the top damage on his ult, on his main, but also the top damage on his ult and the final blow on his main. Now, the story does have a happy ending for those that were able to loot. Where they had to bring a whole bunch of haulers out to pick everything up. Now, they did say that the kill is roughly around $1,000 evenly. I think it's a little bit more than that if you calculate everything up. But the happy ending is that he shared all of the loot with his corp and alliance, and he says he didn't take any himself. That's a true philanthropist there. So congratulations OG on that kill and all the spoils of that war. Now, I did say that they had a high, and I did say that they had a low. The low comes in the form of yet another corp theft. This pilot has been within their corporation. Now, they didn't list the corporation, but I did a little digging in game, and the corporation itself is SWOR. That would be the safe word required. Now, it states here that the pilot was in their corporation for around 200 days, but I recently emptied out one of their hangars of one of their citadels, and then immediately dropped corp. Now, they don't list exactly what was taken, how much of value was taken. I know they're trying to keep that under wraps. I will do some digging and see if I can get a total number. But be known that this player has actually done this in the past. I believe we actually covered a story that he did this around 6 months ago. So those of you who are actively recruiting members, if you do see this character apply to your Alliance Destroyer of Ore, just be warned and be wary that this may happen to you. Are you looking for structured Sov fights where you can try different battle tactics and maybe some different doctrines, where everything is planned ahead of time? Well, the Brethren Corps have come up with a situation with basically an offer out there, and they put it out there. There's a Discord and everything for it. It's an event called King of the Hill. Now, what they're proposing is that they dropped a citadel within Tribute in system MTAC OEE8, which is about 8 jumps from Jita. And they state that it's going to be a fun, content-centric Sov where every alliance is open to attack and take over without causing any structure war. This also will be upgraded to level 2 and will be open for content. So, basically, if you want to have some structure, some practice structure warfare, but you don't really want to cause a war, this is your route to go. Now, there are a few rules. First of all, the fights over this Sov will be 50 on 50 max only, in subcaps only, so no capital fights. There is no downgrading the Sov, so when you entosis the Citadel, you cannot just downgrade it and steal the materials. I believe doing that would actually trigger a war between the other participants. Any alliance downgrading the structure will necessarily mean we downgrade at least 2 of theirs. So yes, they will come and take over 2 of your citadels and downgrade those. Destroying the Sov means that the structure war against all parties. So if you destroy the citadel after you've downgraded it, they will come at you and you should be expecting an actual war. And the last rule is no one will use the citadel to stage capitals or use the Citadel for any strategic warfare against anyone else. Now, before they went and did this, they did go ahead and spoke to a bunch of FCs and other alliances to basically make a place that would be good for fun and content and training for future pilots. They want to say that they are grateful to the community that despite all of our differences, we can come together and make something happen for the good of the PvP community. They would also like to give a special thank you to No and Silent for contributing parts for the upgrade and working with them through the process of location selection and naming. So, be on the lookout for all your SOV warfare needs provided in this one system in the form of structured fights. Now, I'm not seeing any rules stating that it can't be a free-for-all, so as long as your fleet is 50, you could jump in there. So, in theory, you could have 4 separate sides, all with 50-man fleets, fighting for one Citadel. But Brethren Court has been busy this week as well, as they actually went on another roam, as they regularly do, because they do enjoy hunting down capital ships. And they did find actually AAA Ad Astra Nilfgaard, which they did go ahead and kill. From there, they went over to mess with Spy, Spanish Inquisition from the Flying Circus Alliance, and they were caught in a big gate camp with at least 17 battleships. Now, what is a fleet of Cinnables and Dramiels going to do when you run into an obstacle like this? Well, that's easy. They're going to call in their cap fleet. Now, this cap fleet that was close comprised of about 20 plus caps, which then basically dismantled and killed the entire gate camp before sinoing away back to safety. I'm not sure if this tactic can work for everyone, as I don't think everyone has a cap fleet hidden in their back pocket. But congratulations to the Brethren Court for making a gate camp a little bit more, I don't know, elevated, I guess. Now, there was another unexpected big fight happening in Fountain this past week in Boop held system CTAC N40D. Now, what was going on was a transferring of ownership of the Citadel. A small subcap fleet engaged at the Citadel, pausing the timer while fighting on the grid. This triggered a response of assistance called by Boop to the Space Cows. This first small attacking fleet was killed by Boop, but it did its job in sowing confusion among the rank, as more and more defense ships would sit there and arrive to defend the Citadel. At this time, 2 more caps were being sinoed into the location to aggress the fleet. However, there was a problem with that, where only 1 cap landed and the sino was killed. Now, this 1 cap belonging to MYTH decided to go berserker and start killing all the Boop battleships while it was there, and they mainly ignored the cap in lieu of repairing the Citadel. At this time, another fleet was amassing within KVN, waiting to pounce into the system. Again, this fleet was also subcaps. Now, the Boop fleet did manage to go in and jump into KVN to aggress the fleet, but at the same time, that subcap fleet did jump into CTAC and effectively cross-jumped. At this time, Boop went right back through the gate again and engaged the subcap fleet. Now, during this fight, the second sino went up and was lit, and around, I'm told, 39 caps jumped in to start fighting the Boop fleet, as they felt that this was the only fight they were going to get. Now, seeing such a massive cap fleet sino in on their location, the Boop team did decide to retreat. They flew from grid and evacuated to APM, where the capital fleet did chase them in what I believe is the first capital roam within Fountain. There's some great coverage of the videos here. Mattyhuh-How's got a great video there. Also, Silence Voxxel also has another video showing it as well. I'll put links to both of those in the description. Also, a shout out to Rambo's Echoes of New Eden podcast. Now, if you didn't listen to, if you weren't there for the live episode last week on Thursday, I suggest you go over to Spotify or wherever he has it uploaded. I believe it's also on YouTube. I listened to it on Spotify myself, and listen to the episode because it is the first ever roast of Rambo, and it was actually pretty funny, and it was a good time to be had by all. So I do suggest you guys go check that out for some great laughs. Also, one of the newer content creators, as I mentioned, the content creators, all the junior content creators that were brought into the program a little over a month ago, that would be SilverBucket, Mario, Pierman, Chicken, Taylor, Rick, all of them, they've actually been graduated. They are now full official CCs, and each of them can actually give away Omega combos. So hit them up and see how they're going to be giving them away. But one of those content creators, SilverBucket, is actually doing a new series called EVE History. Now, the first video in this series is called Nilfgaard. It's the Anniversary special. This first episode talks about the history of Nilfgaard, the corporation that actually belongs to, or is SilverBucket's a part of, talking about their roots and where they've been and where they're going and where they are now. I suggest go check it out. It is actually pretty cool. I love learning about history of all the individual corporations and alliances out there. This is EVE Echo. We are moving into our second year. We actually had the parade not too long ago, and it's great to see some of these groups and organizations still around. But you always wondered, well, how did they first come to be? Where do they get their roots from? And to me, that's interesting, and I hope it's interesting to you guys as well. But go check it out. I'll be able to link in the description below. Okay, we've all been there, either helping escorting an expensive ship through troubled systems or getting that escort fleet to help you out itself. Well, sometimes those escort missions go wrong, and some go horribly wrong, as the Illuminati from the Red-Headed Stepchildren recently found out for themselves. The Red-Headed Stepchild Bargist was being escorted by 10 interceptors. However, this fleet would not stop the 4 members from TCOS from getting their prize. They jumped in and tackled the battleship and took down the missile-wielding behemoth for a kill mail totaling 16.7 billion. Now, in retrospect, for such a rare faction battleship, maybe a heavier escort fleet should have been utilized. But anyways, good kills to TCOS, and sorry for your loss, REDH. Alright, this week on What the Fit. Now, everyone knows the Alpha Blast Talos coming in hot with its snubs blazing. However, this pilot wanted to plan out for every inevitability, as not only it is using large snubs, but was also using 2 large rails, as well as a medium missile launcher for good measure. Now, there is a saying in EVE that real pilots hull tank, and that brings us to this succubus who is running a mixture of both armor and hull tank. Here, I salute you as a real pilot who pushes that danger to the red line. Next, we have this Harbinger prototype pilot who decided to ditch the lasers in favor for medium missiles on this Amar laser special. Now, they also wanted to go faster, so naturally, you would want to dump that armor in favor for shield. And remember, people, those ship bonuses are only suggestions, mere guidelines, and they shouldn't dictate how you want to fly. Lastly, we have another pilot who likes to mix and match. This Raven pilot likes not only large rapids, but just the old regular large missiles as well, as a mixed tank of both shields and armor to boot. However, this Raven wishes that it was a rattlesnake, I'm assuming, as they have a drone firepower rig installed as well. Now, remember, when you go out and you get that kill, and something looks a little bit funky and you don't know what's going on that kill mail, send it in to us and we'll see if it qualifies for What the Fit. And that's going to bring us to the big kills of the week. Now, remember, keep sending me those kill mails individually. I'm not sure what's going on with the Auxilis bot. It is spotty here and there, and I want to make sure that I get all the kills to put up. But starting us off this week is Smug Alliance with a 9.9 billion Vindicator kill, as well as an impressive 25.4 billion Nestor kill. No Please Stop gives us a 6 billion Balgorn kill, as well as an 8.7 billion Orca kill. Silent Federation gives us a 5 billion Balgorn kill, a 6.1 billion Nightmare, a 8.9 billion Rattlesnake, as well as a 9.9 billion Vindicator kill. Red Machine shows up with a 7.1 billion Balgorn kill. Wild Geese gives us a 6.7 billion Vindicator kill, as well as a 6.2 billion Typhoon 2 kill. Myth Alliance gives us a 7 billion Balgorn kill, a 5.3 billion Macario kill, and a 13.5 billion Stratios kill. AAA Ad Astra gives us a 9.1 billion Typhoon 2 kill. OG gives us a 9.8 billion Balgorn kill to finish out the big kills. Also, please remember that all big kills start at 5 billion ISK per kill mail. We are thinking about boosting that up to either a 6 or a 7 billion, but right now it is currently at that 5 billion mark. We're going to move right into your cap kills of the week, and No is astounding with their cap kills this week. They start us off with a Naglfar kill of 37.5 billion, and then moves right into 8 Nidhogger kills. And I'm just going to go right through the prices here. We got 29.5 billion, 57 billion, 35.5, 33.5, 56.3, 35.1, 58.1, and finishing us out with a 37 billion Nidhogger. They also got themselves dual revelations, one at 39.1, the other at 38.4. They got themselves a Thanatos kill for 56.8 billion, and rounding it all off with a beautiful Rorqual kill of 119.5 billion. Come on, let's give them a round of applause for supplying all these kill mails for us. We also have the Space Cows this week, giving us 2 Naglfar kills, one at 37.2 billion, the other at 35.8 billion. And that's going to bring us right into everyone's favorite part of the show. That's right, your chance at winning a free Omega combo. It is the solo kills of the week, which are broken up into 2 categories. We have the industrial category as well as the PvP category. Starting us off in industrial is the special one with a 2.5 billion Badger 2 kill. Rhinash gives us a 3.1 billion Nereus 2 kill. Lord Electro with a 3.5 billion Orca kill. Tridatic U7 with a 4 billion Coveted 2 kill. And what I can only guess is the character ID number for a 5.7 billion Outpost kill. And winning this week in the industrial category is Himba with a 10.9 billion Terra kill. Moving in to the PvP category, we have a server first. That's right, it's 692 million Enforcer prototype. Right, that's if you're not wondering what this ship is, it's what you get from the Project Discovery, where you need 50,000 of those discovery points to get this ship. And this is the first one that I know of that has been killed on the server. Next we have Dooku Patoy with a 1 billion Garmer kill. Dust gives us a 1.1 billion Garmer kill. London Fog gives us a 1.5 billion Ashmu kill. Now, I do love the fact that this was a solo kill by an outpost. Ember Huntress gives us a 1.7 billion Vigilant kill. Heck 28 gives us a 4.1 billion Macario kill. And winning this week in the PvP category is tied with a 4.6 billion Vindicator kill. Congratulations on winning both these categories, guys. Reach out to me on Discord and I can tell you exactly how I'm going to get that prize out to you. And that's going to do it for this week. But again, if you need more news in your life, you know where I'm going to send you. That's right, Sky News, Russia's premier Eve Echoes news. They have a great production team out there. They put out some good stuff. Don't worry about it being in Russian. They do have subtitles available. And as always, we're going to send you over to the legendary Echoes of New Eden podcast, starring Rambo and assistant Taylor Rick. They put on a great show each week, and if you want to be part of that live studio audience, all you got to do is go to the Echoes of New Eden Discord each Thursday to take part in the show. Lastly, I'm going to put you over to Eve Echoes Radio. They have a great broadcast every Sunday, as well as I think there's a few shows during the week. But the community does come together. They put all axes aside and just has a great time talking about game news, talking about community, as well as listening to some killer music. So for me, here at Echoes from the Front, have a great week, have a great weekend, fly safe, and remember, we're always one vision, one purpose, one front.